I want to talk about the 10 most important things that people need to know when they're dining in a Japanese restaurant. I've got a list of 10 things here. I'll ask you about them one by one. The first question is about the position of chopsticks. Where should I be putting my chopsticks if I'm not using them?
When dining in a Japanese restaurant, it's important to handle chopsticks properly as it reflects respect for the culture. If you're not using your chopsticks, you should place them on a chopstick rest hashioki if one is provided. This keeps them off the table and prevents them from touching food or surfaces. If there's no chopstick rest, you can lay them across your bowl or plate, but make sure they are positioned neatly and parallel to the edge of the table. Avoid sticking them upright in a bowl of rice, as this resembles a funeral ritual and is considered disrespectful.
So if I'm not sure about this and I want to ask somebody that works in the restaurant,
Got it.
what
You
would I
can
say?
You can ask, お箸を使わないとき、どこに置いたらいいですか? Which means, where should I place my chopsticks when I'm not using them? This is a polite...
And can you break that down for me?
Absolutely. Here's a breakdown. お箸 means chopsticks. O is a particle marking the direct object of an action. どこに means where. 置いたら comes from the verb 置く, meaning to place, and たら is a conditional, so it suggests if I place. いいですか roughly translates to is it okay or is it good? So it all comes together as お箸をどこに置いたらいいですか?
My next question is about greeting before a meal. Is that something people have to think about?
Yes, greeting before a meal is an important part of Japanese dining etiquette. Before starting your meal, it is customary to say itadakimasu, which translates to I humbly receive. This phrase expresses gratitude for the food and acknowledges the effort that went into its preparation.
So apparently it's common to say something like, let's eat. Is that correct? Or should I be saying something else?
Yes, that's right. In Japan, before a meal, it's common to say いただきます. いただきます.
So my next question is about slurping. So is that actually okay or is it not okay?
In Japanese dining culture, slurping noodles is actually considered acceptable and even encouraged. It's seen as a sign that you're enjoying your meal, particularly with dishes like ramen or soba. Slurping can also help cool down the noodles as you eat them. However, this doesn't apply to all foods. For other dishes, such as sushi or rice, it's best to eat quietly. So, while slurping is okay with noodles, be mindful of the specific dish you're enjoying and follow the appropriate etiquette for it.
So if I wanted to say something like, these noodles are delicious, how would I say it?
You can say この麺は美味しいです. この麺は美味しいです, which means these noodles are delicious.
GigaLearner.com. Learn a language in 100 days with the DISC method and AI.
So my next question is about the tipping culture in Japan. What do I need to know?
Tipping in Japan is quite different from many other countries. In fact, it is not a common practice and can even be seen as rude in some contexts. The Japanese take pride in their service, and they believe that providing excellent service is part of their job, so they don't expect extra compensation. Instead of tipping, it's more appreciated to express gratitude verbally, such as saying arigatou gozaimasu, thank you very much, to the staff. If you do want to show appreciation, you might consider giving a small gift or treating someone to a meal rather than leaving cash. However, in most cases, just being polite and respectful is more than enough. It's best to follow the local customs and avoid leaving tips in restaurants while dining in Japan.
I understand that tipping is considered rude in Japan and it's better to provide some kind of gratitude. So if I want to say the service was excellent, how would I say that?
You can say サービスは素晴らしかったです. サービスは素晴らしかったです, which means...
Can you break that down for me?
Certainly. Here's the breakdown. サービス comes from service and refers to the overall service provided. Ha is a topic marker indicating that service is the topic of the sentence. Subarashikatta means was excellent or was wonderful. This is a polite copula used to end sentences in a polite way.
Now, my next question is about drinking etiquette. Somebody told me that you should be pouring drinks for your friends at the table and not for yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. In Japanese dining etiquette, it is customary to pour drinks for others at the table rather than for yourself. This practice reflects the importance of community and camaraderie during meals. When someone's glass is empty, it's polite to refill it, and when your glass is low, it's also polite for others to offer you a drink. Additionally, when pouring drinks, it's common to hold the bottle with both hands as a sign of respect. If someone pours a drink for you, it's polite to show appreciation by saying kanpai cheers before taking a sip. This practice helps create a warm and respectful dining atmosphere.
So my next question is about drinking etiquette, and the phrase I'm interested in is, can I pour for you? How would I say that?
In Japanese, you can say, お飲み物もお注ぎしましょうか? お飲み物をお注ぎしましょうか? Which means, shall I pour you a drink? It's a polite way to offer to pour a drink for someone.
My next question's about what I believe is pronounced the oshibori, which is the wet towel. What do I need to know about that?
You've got it right. The oshibori is the wet towel provided at Japanese restaurants to clean your hands before the meal. Here are a few key points to remember about oshibori. 1. Usage. The oshibori is meant to be used for cleaning your hands, not your face or other parts of your body. You typically receive it at the beginning of the meal, and it's good etiquette to use it before you start eating. 2. Warm or cold. Oshibori can be served warm or cold. A warm oshibori is often preferred, especially in colder weather, as it feels soothing. 3. Disposal. After using the oshibori, you can simply place it back on the table or in the designated area.
So how would I say, thank you for the towel?
You can say, おしぼりありがとうございます. おしぼりありがとうございます, which means thank you for the towel. It's a polite way to express gratitude for the wet towel.
GigaLearner.com. Learn a language in 100 days with the DISC method and AI.